is Sofia Marchand, and today we're going to see how to use Arduino.
Here's the explanation of how to turn LEDs on. First, we have to declare a variable for time. Then, in void setup, we have to declare which LED we're going to turn on with pin mode. It is important that we declare with the function output because it is going to turn on.
Void loop, we have to declare when the LED turns on and turns off. To turn a LED on, we have to write digital write, and in parentheses, we have to write the pin that we're going to use with the specification of high. And to turn it off, we have to do the same, but instead of writing high, we have to write low. After declaring that we're going to turn on or turn off a pin, we have to write a delay so the pin stays turned on or turned off. Here's the explanation of how the buttons are used. In void setup, we have to declare which number of button we're going to use. We have to write pin mode, and in parentheses the number of the button and input pull up. In this program, we are also going to use a pin, so when we push the button, the pin turns on. In void loop, we're going to use the function of if. After the if, we have to write digital write in parentheses and put the number of the pin that we're going to use. We have to indicate, after writing the number of pin, we have to write 2 equals and low. We write low to indicate that when we push the button, the LED turns on. After indicating that the LED turns on when the button is pushed, we have to write a delay. Now we have to write else to declare that if the button is not being pushed, the LED does not turn on. After that, we have to write a delay. Here's the explanation of how the buzzer is used. We're going to use the same program as we used the last time. In digital write, we're going to write tone with the numbers of 0, which means that the buzzer goes from 0 to the frequency of 2000, and then we're going to write a tempo to indicate that it takes that much time on. After else, we have to write a no tone to indicate that there is no tone in that part. Here's the explanation of how to use the servo motor. In the part where we declared the tempo, we have to declare that we're going to use the servo by writing hashtag include servo.h. Then we have to declare which one will be the variable for servo. We have to write servo and the variable. Then, in void loop after tone, we have to write servo motor marchand, point, right, and in parentheses, the angles that we're going to use, which will be 0, 90, and tempo. Then, in else, after the no tone part, we have to write servo motor marchand, point, right, and in parentheses, we have to write 0, which will be because if the button is not pushed, then the servo motor doesn't move. Here's an explanation of how the ER sensor is used. In the part where we declare the variables, we have to write valor ER sensor, and which is the variable that the ER sensor would have. In this program, we're going to turn on the LEDs in the form of 8, so we have to declare all the pins that we're going to use in order to that to happen. In void loop, we have to write valor ER sensor and equal analog read, and in parentheses the number of the ER sensor. Then we have to write while and in parentheses valor ER sensor with the signs of more than and less than. We have to write 1000. Then we have to write a key. Then we have to write digital write. In parentheses, we have to write all the pins that are going to turn on in order for them to have an H shape. Then we have to write all the pins with low to indicate that they're going to turn off. After that, we have to write valor ER sensor equal to analog read, and in parentheses the number of the ER sensor for it to not repeat the cycle again. Here's explanation of how to use the control structure of for with the component of the buzzer. Then we have to write int to declare that we're going to use that variable that we're going to write. Then we're going to write hashtag include buzzer. Then in void loop we have to write buzzer.attach and in parentheses the tone of the buzzer. Then we're going to write for and in parentheses the variable that we wrote earlier with the value that the buzzer would have. Then we're going to write a delay. Then we're going to repeat the same steps two more times.